One thing that I find super important in this universe of freelancers, experts on demand, independent consultants, etc., is that we are all in the same time service providers and consumers. For example, I provide my services to my clients, but on behalf of my clients, I consume services of all these other experts that I mentioned, like programmers, designers, branding strategists, etc., for my own purposes, even though I'm like a single person solopreneur, or however you want to call this. I also work with, I think for sure, so far I've worked with more than 10 freelancers working on my book. For the book, I think there were 5 people. On my website, on my videos, even on my slides. These slides I done myself, but sometimes when I have more complex slides, I also have somebody helping me out, etc., etc. Well, this was also done by Lizelle partially, right? So even me, I consume the services of other freelancers a lot. So we are all in the same time providers and consumers in this network of talent on demand. And what I really love about this is that, in my opinion, the professional relationships became much more healthier. There is less and less of that thing that somebody is an employer and another person is an employee, and then this person is telling them you're supposed to show up at this time and do that and that. It's more about how do you usually approach this? What would you suggest as a next step? When would you be available to do this? And I think this is much healthier. Even the vocabulary is so much nicer. And we are all kind of collaborators. And then people feel more motivated to be creative, to be proactive, to stay in touch even once they're not making money anymore in the project, but they want to be in touch and maybe join later down the road again. And even me, that I'm in a like leadership role, I always feel that I'm the one who is providing the service like any other service. And I even had validation of that idea when I was hired by teams of programmers. So not by a founder who has a team and he wants me to manage the team, but teams of programmers working on their own product, and I just wanted somebody to manage them, to sort out their workflow, to just be more efficient. So if somebody is paying you to manage them, so it means that you're providing this service. So you're not the ruler, the dictator, you're providing the service of being the leader and actually facilitating the collaboration of the rest of the team so that they can focus on their tasks. So all of us, no matter role, we are all service providers and consumers at the same time and collaborators. And once we get this professional relationship in this healthy way, in my opinion, I think then it's much easier to have this kind of company culture, let's say, even if everything is so flexible and transient, and remain in touch in long term, even when people are not actively working on the project anymore.